The brain. Every time you think, feel, or perform countless unconscious processes, the 100 billion neurons in your skull fire electrical signals, communicating and carrying messages that ultimately create you. It's the most complex, essential, and defining organ in the body, serving as the control center of the nervous system in all vertebrates. But what if how you think and feel isn't just controlled by your brain and central nervous system? What if there's a second brain you didn't even know about? The brain uses the vagus nerve to connect and communicate with various parts of the body, including the vocal cords, heart, lungs, and most of the digestive tract. This nerve also transmits fight or flight messages, explaining why stress or nervousness can cause a cracking voice, racing heart, shortness of breath, or a knot in your stomach. While this extensive network constantly sends signals from the brain to the body, scientists have discovered something remarkable. 80 to 90% of the nerve fibers in the enteric nervous system actually transmit information from the gut to the brain. The enteric nervous system, a vast, mesh-like network of neurons running the entire length of the digestive tract from the esophagus to the anus, doesn't even rely on the brain to function. When the vagus nerve is severed, this system can still organize and initiate its own reflexes for digestion, thanks to its complex neuron network. It truly acts as your second brain, and it influences you more than you might realize. From an evolutionary standpoint, eating was one of our most critical survival decisions. Is this food safe? Will it make me sick? Will it give me energy? This is why a direct communication line between the gut and brain evolved. For instance, fat and sugar are excellent energy sources, so we developed mechanisms that trigger the release of dopamine, a feel-good neurotransmitter, when we consume these foods. This makes us seek them out repeatedly. But here's where things get even more fascinating. The microbes in your gut produce over 50% of the dopamine in your body and 90% of the serotonin. These neurotransmitters significantly impact your mood, happiness, and pleasure. And those gut microbes can manipulate your cravings and eating behaviors for their own benefit. The foods you eat determine which bacteria thrive, and in turn, these bacteria send signals via the vagus nerve, encouraging you to consume the foods they prefer. Some scientists suggest that altering gut bacteria with probiotics or even fecal transplants could help treat overeating by eliminating the bacteria that drive cravings for high-fat and high-sugar foods. Research increasingly shows that a healthy gut microbiome is strongly linked to emotional and mental health. For example, mice raised in sterile environments where no bacteria could colonize their guts displayed social traits similar to those observed in humans on the autism spectrum. When researchers examined their brains, they found altered serotonin levels and changes in proteins linked to learning and memory. However, introducing specific probiotics to the mice restored a healthier microbiome, and the symptoms were alleviated. Their guts were influencing their behavior. In humans, a 30-day study revealed that people who consumed probiotic yogurt experienced reduced anxiety and depression compared to those who drank milk without bacteria. Another study found that mice fed specific bacteria had lower stress hormones in their blood and performed better on learning and memory tests. But when researchers severed the vagus nerve, these improvements disappeared entirely. Once again, the gut was in control of emotions. Even treatments for severe depression point to the gut-brain connection. Implanting a small pacemaker to stimulate the vagus nerve at different frequencies has been shown to help patients with treatment-resistant depression, mimicking the activity of a healthy gut. The gut's role doesn't stop there. Social connection is essential for passing on genes, for both us and the bacteria within us. Researchers now believe that the microbiome may play a role in promoting pro-social behaviors. Healthy gut bacteria can increase your resilience to negative emotions from others, making you more forgiving and better at forming strong social connections. These connections improve your chances of reproduction, all thanks to your second brain.